Hey there. If you're looking for something with no structure, has no set parameters, and we're open to talk about anything and everything, well, you've found the right place, audio, well, podcast. We're just about having fun and staying grounded while sometimes getting loud. And with that, welcome to Loud, Lucid, and Laughs. And we are, well, we're not live, but we are recording.
Was that like now we're recording? Like now?
Now.
Okay.
Yeah.
Not when you were coughing a minute ago, but now.
But now. Yeah, I don't know. I haven't been coughing all day, and I came down here and started coughing. So I'm not really sure where that came from. I'll just drink my water and hope for the best.
So you are recording though. It's not like
we're recording.
But do I sound like I'm in a surround sound? Because you sound like you're echoey a little bit. But
do I have a little bit of echo?
Echo. But I'm just making sure we're recording because the last time we did this, we recorded like a whole hour of stuff that didn't record.
We did.
And it was a good conversation. It was a really, really good conversation.
Well, it was.
So
I mean, I can go check and turn it down a little if you think it's too much feedback.
Oh well, when you just listened to it, it wasn't right.
Yeah, I didn't hear it when I was listening to it.
Okay. Roll with the punches then.
Roll with it, baby.
Doug.
Hey, so welcome to a new year. The game.
Did you get to watch any of the game?
I did. I watched the whole game.
Like from your car? Did you watch any from home on like TV?
I watched the fourth quarter from the house.
That was the worst quarter. But.
Well, if you ask me, the second, third, and fourth were the worst.
We're still in the game.
We scored 7 points, and that was it. And that was in the very first play.
At halftime, it was 7. We had a kick that could have tied the game, and so we were still in it for the first half.
Okay. All right. Whatever's going to help you sleep tonight.
I'm thoroughly disappointed in the fans, really.
Why?
Well, because like I text Justin, and he's a diehard Broncos fan supposedly, and he's fishing. He's ice fishing. And then I text you, and you got all mad because you're watching it on your phone in the car.
Well, I'm trying to watch the game, which means no.
Broncos in the playoffs in like 8 years, and you guys are fishing, door dashing, doing all kinds of stuff except for watching the game.
I'm that dedicated of a fan that I watched it on my phone.
Yeah. Okay.
So
let me ask you this: do you watch? Like now the Broncos are out, your team's out. My son's team's still in. He's a KC fan. I don't know what. But so like, do you watch football like now? Is there less meaning for the playoffs and the Super Bowl? Like, because we put up like 3 years in a row, I think, and went ski in the Super Bowl weekend. Because I kind of lose interest if my team's not in it.
I mean, honestly, the only thing I'm really in for now is the Lions.
Yeah, see, I'm still a diehard Lions fan deep down, so I'm probably going to be like watching the Lions now.
I honestly think it would be amazing to see them win the whole thing. So there you go.
I would like that as well. My son wouldn't because my son was a Lions fan, but now he's a KC. But I think maybe he would still like he wouldn't hate seeing the Lions. I wouldn't mind seeing the Lions versus Kansas City.
Well. Here, the funny thing Let me hold on. So one of my
Have you
old
over?
youth kids from church days, who my buddy Sean, his daughter Tori, she sends me a message and says, "Can you help me?" So look what Doug did.
Help me.
Doug set her up a bracket,
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
then set her up the other bracket.
Ah.
She asked me to help her, and so I did, and I
Who
picked
did you
it.
have in the AFC? Who did you have in the AFC? You had the. Did you have Kansas City or did you have the Bills? I didn't.
Oh, I took KC to
So
the
you got
Super
Casey
Bowl.
versus.
So I
So
got
you have the
KC
Casey.
versus the Lions. Yeah, that's what I'm calling.
Yeah. Yeah. I think it'll
Unfortunately,
be either. It'll hopefully be either KC against the Lions or the Bills might squeak in there against the Lions. Who knows?
I mean, we didn't play that great today, but the Bills
I tell
played
you what
pretty
though, if
good.
you get. I tell you what though, yeah. I mean, Josh Allen's amazing. The Broncos could have had him. But instead they picked Bradley Chubb in the
I
first
heard
round
that.
that year,
Yeah, yeah,
and then they picked Drew Lock in the second round, and they got either of
yeah.
those guys still. But the Bills still have Josh Allen. Um, yeah, I
And we
think.
told him we were going to take him, and then we didn't.
I tell you what though, I'm not a Ravens fan. A guy that's over at my work that owns the fixed building there, he's a big Baltimore Ravens fan.
No,
And
no,
if you get Derrick Henry and Lamar Jackson rolling at the same time, though, those guys are pretty good. But I don't. I'm not a. Yeah.
no. I got
No.
the
No.
no. Mm-mm.
No.
Going to be Bills versus KC, and all I can hope is that the Bills actually pull it out and they go to the Super Bowl and it's against the Lions, and then it's a Bills Lions Super Bowl. Go Lions!
But you just pick. But you just pick KC. Go Lions.
Well, I did
No,
that
I
for
like you.
Tori. I said what I
Remember when I
hope.
called you? Remember when I called you and I said I was like, hey, so if I slowly start buying a bunch of orange stuff and becoming a Broncos fan, is it okay if I still keep my NFC team? And you said yes.
I did. I did. I said you could, because you were coming over to the blue and orange. So I was good with that. I
And
don't.
I
I
look
don't mind
good.
you having
I look good.
a
I
backup.
look really good in blue and orange.
I
Yeah.
do know a lot of people that have backup teams. So
Yeah.
to
Really?
each their own.
Because I've never. Because here's the thing.
Yet you're
If
wearing
the
a Puma
Cardinals would have
hat.
said, what's that?
You're wearing a Puma
Yeah.
hat.
Puma's
Not,
very European,
not,
Doug.
not a
I'm
Lions.
European. But listen, I will never ever waver, like, because I would still be a Cardinals fan today if they hadn't went to Arizona in football. I would still be a Cardinals fan. I was a diehard. I'm still a diehard Blues fan, diehard Cardinals fan in baseball,
What's the
diehard Mizzou
Blues?
fan. Those St. Louis Blues hockey. Anyway,
Oh,
um, those three teams I'll never waver from. Those are my teams. I watch the Blues in hockey. I watch the Cardinals in baseball. I watch Mizzou all stuff, basketball, football. So all Missouri teams. I would have never ever left and went to be a Detroit Lions fan if my football team hadn't left. My football team left and went to Arizona. And I was never really a Rams fan. Pseudo maybe a little bit. I did a little bit when
never,
they came to St. Louis,
never.
but not really. And I was still a Lions fan. You know that. You watched me. I was watching the
Oh, oh
Lions,
yeah.
for 23, 24, 25, 26 years. I was a diehard Lions fan. And then I slowly started, moving away. But I still, I have my Lions jersey on every year during Thanksgiving. I watched the game. I watched it this year with all of Steph's family, who, by the way, we're all Lions fans, from Michigan. They have season tickets. Some of them. I mean, like her sister and her sister's husband and three kids. They all had their jerseys on. I had my Barry Sanders jersey on. Well, loud, loose, and laughs.
I am working on episode 24 that didn't turn out right. I'm going to see if I can't get it digitally remastered.
Is this 25 then?
This is 25.
Wow, we're like hitting a milestone. That's a quarter.
Yeah, beginning of a brand new year, January 2025, and we're doing
It only took us
episode 25.
12 days to get an episode in the first year.
That's all right. It's not about the quantity, it's about the quality. And if we're going to do it, let's do it right.
Right? Let's roll the eyes for it.
even though up till about 3 hours ago we were like, hey, so what are we going to talk about tonight?
Nobody did anybody other than Sarah Rogers and myself say anything we should talk about? Any topics?
No. Let me gander real quick just in case I missed anything, but I'm about 100% sure that would be a no. Let's see. What if
since we didn't put any content out at the end of 24 and at the beginning of 25, we've lost our whole studio audience.
all four of them that normally respond. Yeah, we lost. One of them was fishing, if I remember correctly.
Yeah.
He couldn't even stop to watch a football game, so why would he listen or look at a Facebook page?
Justin and Kat are doing some hardcore ice fishing, Doug.
Oh, I've seen that lately, but you know what? While we're at it, let me flip on over here, and I got to put up tonight's post on Facebook real quick. If you want to throw in a little vocal stuff while I do this.
What are you putting up, like your little band thing? Like what?
Yeah, I'm putting up the band thing.
Okay. Well, so, I kind of want, I don't know if you got my message earlier about, I was thinking, topics, and I was thinking we might be able to, since people are out doing different things during the Broncos' first playoff game in 8 years, I was thinking, and some people might be doing that with other people, but I was thinking about 50 ways to spend time alone, Doug. Did you get my message on that?
Yeah, I did. I actually have that brought up in front of me, which was weird. I don't know where that came from.
What?
50 reasons to spend time alone.
Well, because I think that I've been reading a lot lately. By the way, those books you sent me are great.
Thank you.
Not normally my thing, probably, to read you would call those science fiction, right? I guess.
Oh yeah, definitely.
So science fiction's never really been my thing. And I think I might have told you, I might have been abducted by aliens from Mars when I was a kid. I'm not really sure, but the whole Mars thing, I've never liked dirt. I mean, desert. I've never liked desert. I like dirt actually. But I've never liked desert type stuff. I've never liked movies about Mars or books about Mars or anything of that nature. I'm just or even science fiction a whole lot, really. But these books I haven't been able to set down, man. Stuff's like, when are you gonna quit reading?
Pierce Brown, the Red Rising series, the phenomenal series.
But my biggest thing though, my favorite time to read is either early in the morning when no one else is up. I've just let the dogs out and they come back in, they go crawl in bed with their mom or something, and I'm sitting out in the living room by myself having a cup of coffee and a cup of Joe, and I'm sitting out there and I can just be in my own little world of quiet time. My second favorite time to read, Doug, is when we all go to bed and I kick the light on next to me and she's asleep, the dogs are asleep, and I'm sitting there once again kind of by myself. And so what I wanted to say is I've been reading a lot about, like I've read stuff on relationships. I read stuff on, I'm all into the health scene, health and wellness. But, they say spending time alone, can reduce stress. It can help you feel less stressed and free to be yourself. You know what I'm saying? You can, if you're naked in the bathroom by yourself, nobody else is going to judge you about anything. You're just yourself. You know what I'm saying? And I don't know why I had to say that, but,
I couldn't tell you.
Being alone improves self-awareness. So you can get to know yourself better and think about your feelings, ideas, experiences. You can journal, you can meditate. But we'll go over some other things. But these 4 things I was thinking about, it enhances your creativity. You can focus on your interests and boost your creativity when you're alone. You can improve relationships. Spending time alone can help you strengthen your emotional resilience and improve your relationships with others. Now, I'll go through, I got one more here. You can increase productivity, and now we can talk about these things. But increase productivity, you can get things done more easily with fewer distractions when you're by yourself sometimes. Like, do you remember when me and you used to work on cars together?
Yes.
Like, I could probably put an alternator in 30 minutes without. And if me and you were there together, it's going to take 2 hours.
Well, that's because we're going to drop the bolt, we're going to strip the nut, then we're going to try to find another nut. It's
a lot of nuts. So then we got to run back to the store, get a magnet tool because we can't get the nut because it's way down in the motor. And we know it's down there. We saw it in the flashlight. We can't reach it. So we don't have a magnet tool. We got to go back to AutoZone. Oh, Federated.
Oh, wow.
Wow. And then, while we're there, we might as well run through and get something to eat because by now it's lunchtime.
Yeah.
And so
now we got to go back. Got to go back to the parts store to get the hand cleaner so we can clean our hands before we eat the food we just bought.
Right.
Yeah.
Exactly. Yeah. So it take longer. So you increase productivity, Doug, when you're alone. Let's talk about reducing stress.
Well, I want to touch on something before we get into the stress thing because I do what you said you do, and that is. Oh, I'm sorry. Did I interrupt you? I'm so sorry.
No, I said.
Am I stressing you out?
You said before we get. What's good for stress, Doug, is deep breaths.
Well, I tried to say before we get going, but you were going nonstop without not breathing. And so this is my. Anyway, I read at night before I go to sleep, about an hour every night.
Deep stressor.
Anyway, go ahead.
Yeah.
Let's talk about stress, baby. Let's talk about you and.
I'm just saying, spending time alone, and like I said, no matter what you're doing, you could be meditating, you could be ice fishing, you could be doing whatever, reading a book, all of that. Journaling is sometimes good, but I think it's important that you always spend some time to yourself. You don't have to be with your significant other, with your friend or with your person or with your wife or with your kid or with whoever. I think it's good as we go out throughout life to always have some alone time. I don't know if that's going up into the mountains and just having a sabbatical with yourself, meditating, like I said, doing whatever. You could, reading a book, but I think it's good to have time alone. Do you not agree?
Well, I do. I think that every person, and it may not be every day, but at least once a week, get you a little quiet time. That's what I like to call it. just time with yourself alone, whether it's meditating, reading, enjoying the silence,
The
completing a
sound of silence.
task, whatever it might be. I think it's not only great for the soul, it's great for the body, it's great for the mind, um, and I think it helps build your character. So,
Yeah, like I have one of my favorite things to do, and it's also a distressor. Um, it enhances creativity and does all that stuff. Is like sit down, play the guitar, and sing some songs. Like so, sometimes if Steph's at work and I come home from work, or I'm home before her, or I'm on a Saturday by myself or something, I'll pick up my guitar. I have a whole list of songs that I like doing, and I keep adding to it. And I just sit there and play music and sing, and it's or I might write a song, and then it's letting me have that creativity of myself, and gives me that alone time.
yeah, I
So
like to get out and walk when the weather's a little better. I'll
yeah,
do that in the evening.
walk, walking can be uh, a great thing to do. Go out for a walk, read a book, get out, get out, paint your nails.
We, and you know what? I do paint your nails. I just caught that. we we actually took a day off yesterday. Excuse me. We took a day off yesterday due to the snowplow getting stuck in our road and kind of put us behind the time frame by a couple hours. Yeah, I have a whole pocket full of those upstairs, but
Of on guard.
no,
Uh,
I have Ricola. So
that's
yeah,
yeah. This is
we ended up taking the whole day off, just sitting in the house. After about 10:30, Gina was like, "Can we turn the TV on or something?" That was enough of the silence.
yeah. No, but I just think it's important to have some time just to yourself. You can even do a workout to yourself. You can do
Yeah,
you can stretch your body. You can you know go get a massage. I don't know.
maybe listen to a
Start
podcast.
writing a book. You could listen to a podcast. You can start writing a book. You could write a letter to your future self. What would that look like? Like
Would you?
talk to
So
yourself.
I saw that on your list, and I guess one of my questions about that would be, at our age, what would your future self be? Are you writing to yourself at 65? Are you writing to yourself at 70? Are you writing just a year down the road? I mean, I get a lot of write a letter to yourself, which is
You
done
know,
like when you're a teenager, but
right. But you could even do that. We just moved into 2025. You could write a letter to yourself on December 31st of 2025. What have you done to improve yourself in the last year? Where have you gone? Where have you traveled to? Where have you, you know, how have you increased your, intelligence, whatever, learned a language, all kinds of stuff like that. You could, um, just write yourself a year ahead and say, you know, this is me on December 31st, 2025.
okay, all right, that sounds good.
you know, what did you accomplish? Did you
You
have a
know,
to-do list? I don't
you
know.
could, you know what else you could do? You could research something.
Oh my God. I mean, research. is not a bad thing if you're learning something, you know. So if you're sitting alone with yourself, just you and yourself,
Yeah.
by your lonesome, yeah, and you're researching, then maybe you're learning something. Maybe you're learning about some type of what was that thing you just sent me recently about the
Oh.
archaeological something.
I was looking up Gobekli Tepe. Gobekli Tepe.
Gobekli
Yeah.
Tepe.
So I've been reading about it, looking up different stuff about it, and I may write some stuff down about it and talk about it in one of our podcasts this year. Very interesting. So we'll leave that little teaser trailer out there.
Yeah.
But I think what you're saying is a good thing. And I've looked at the 50 ways. The only thing I would caution is that don't get too self-isolated. Don't get to the point where you spend too much time alone.
There's a big difference between being alone all the time than what I'm saying here. I'm trying to say,
don't be a Ted Kaczynski.
Yeah, you don't want to lock yourself up in a cabin in the middle of nowhere and all that craziness and make bombs and stuff. But, doing like number 26 on this list, Doug, like writing a letter to a loved one. Like you could sit down and write a letter to your mom and tell her how great she was for doing all the things she did for you.
I think we're having technical difficulties. I think we're having
how glad
technical
you are. How glad you are to be her favorite son and be her favorite person and in the world. So, I mean, it wouldn't be
that's what you're going to do? You're going to sit down and write your mom a letter? God, that's nice of you. Especially when you're so far away and you don't talk to her.
I talk to her all the time.
That would be nice.
Telephone. I mean, we talked about the gratefulness thing before. You can make a list of things that are going right in your life. Just sit down one morning over a cup of Joe or whatever you drink and say, hey, these are all the great things that are going on in my life.
Is there something on the ceiling? Because I don't see anything.
No. No.
Oh. Organize your closet. Redecorate your space. I need to do that.
Actually, dude, I've been saying for 3 months now because I have like a quarter of the closet. Steph's got like 3/4 of a closet. And some of her stuff she's never worn. It's got tags on it and stuff. It's true. But I can take you up there and show you. And then she's got a couple more closets downstairs here, and a couple. I mean, like a lot of closets. But I've been saying that and I do. I have a lot of clothes too. For a guy, I'm pretty ashamed of myself for having as many clothes as I do. But then I wear the same stuff over. Then I wear the same stuff over and over and over again, and I never get into my. But I just, we bought that. We're buying a place. We're buying a place in Slovenia.
Yeah.
But so I just told her, dude, look, I just told her the other day. I was like, I could take half of my wardrobe right now, ship it over to the house in Slovenia that we're buying, keep it over there, and I'll never miss anything. You know what I'm saying? Like they say, if you haven't worn it 6 months, throw it out. But I hadn't worn this T-shirt that I got on right now in probably 6 months, but I put it on today and I like it. So. But I do need to organize the closet. I don't know that I could do that alone though, because I need somebody with me so I can be like, should I keep this or should I throw it away? Should I keep this? So closet organization.
When Gina and I bought the house, I have my clothes set up down here, and I bought one of those clothes racks thing, put it together, and put all my stuff in there. And it had a lot of space. And now I'm like trying to shove T-shirts in it. And we've only been together, since 2022 we moved in, I believe. 2021. Yeah, 2022. 2022, February. So that's when we got into the house, and I've gone from having all this space, like one far end of it, little section, has all Bronco stuff now, and it's packed. And then I have our next section, which is all long sleeve shirts. Then I have the next section, which is all short sleeve shirts. And then the final section, which is all work shirts. And it's full. And I'm like, how? Because I didn't have all that when we moved in. And
it's easy.
Yeah.
Like,
now, honestly, I probably have more clothes than Gina does right now, but that's only because she got rid of everything that she's no longer wearing and been slowly replacing it, a few things here and there, because she's lost so much weight that she was putting on clothes and it looked like she was a 12-year-old wearing a baggy sweatshirt.
What'd she do to lose her weight?
Just watching what she eats. During the summertime, we did a lot of exercise, but the main thing is really her caloric intake. She doesn't really eat a lot anymore, and when she does, she eats very small quantities at a time. So she might eat 6 times a day.
So her calorie intake is what she's been doing.
Oh yeah.
Okay. I'm making sure she didn't do a Ozempic or something. I've heard bad things about that. But
no. I mean, she is on Mounjaro, I think it is, but she has to take that because of the diabetes. So.
But calorie intake is the biggest thing.
That's the biggest thing she's done.
Yeah.
So she's basically, so when I first met her, she was wearing this size. And then after we'd been together for about a year or so, she went down to this size. And now she's down to this size. So she's gone through.
That'll make your wardrobe,
Yeah. So it has. It has.
Yeah, I need to, my wardrobe's just, out of control. I don't know where to start. I wouldn't be able to do that alone. I'd have to have somebody with me, a closet organizer person. I don't know. Or you. You could come out to Colorado and be like, Doug, do I keep this or throw it away? Keep it. Do I keep this or throw it away? Do it.
That's cool. You got to keep that one.
Yeah, but, they do say, if you haven't worn it in 6 months, throw it away. But I don't know if that's good. I don't know.
Yeah, well, technically, I don't wear any of my long sleeve shirts till winter. So I'll go 6 months without wearing them. Why should I get rid of them?
Yeah. Right. Well,
so I don't believe in that philosophy.
It's funny, on this list I was looking at, on 49, it said take a shower or bath. I hope that you're doing that. And I don't know that you always have to do that alone. I mean, I mean, it might be fun to not do it alone sometimes.
I don't know that you need to drink water and hydrate alone, but hey, knock yourself out. Should we maybe do a podcast sometime about lists? Because every time we find at least one list, there's a few things on it that you're like, why?
Right.
But jumping on a side note, going down the tunnel here, have you seen this?
Bring it over a little bit to your left. To your left. That's you. Okay, right there. I can't really read it.
1,061 followers on X.
Boom.
So we have grown quickly there, and now our next thing would be to work on our Facebook, which has 284 friends. So
What's our goal there, Doug? Want to get to 500?
1K.
1K. So we
I
hit
want
1K on.
I want
I know
us
we
to
had
have
that
a
big
goal.
push.
I want a goal of 1K on X, which we reached. Facebook,
Which we did hit on New Year's Eve.
yes, thanks to you. YouTube
We put it.
and Spotify.
That was thanks to Ryan's friends.
Thanks to Ryan and his friend. Shout out to
Ryan.
Ryan Houston and
Yeah.
all his buddies. And who was it? I think I told you.
Put a
Number
supper to the end.
number 1,000. You remember who that was?
Should still be on my phone. I don't. I do. Oh my God, dude! I've got his face in my head, and at the moment I can't remember. I do know who it is. Love the kid. Great kid. You told me.
Yeah, no, I thought I texted you, but I don't see it in a text.
Oh, it was Canyon. It was Canyon. Canyon Smith. Yeah.
Canyon Smith.
Yeah.
Well,
Yeah,
thank you, Canyon Smith. This is your shout out from Loud, Lucid, and Laughs for being our number 1K follower. And if you're watching this, if you get a hold of me or Rich and you give us your address, we'll send you something special. How's that?
Yeah. Yeah, we'll get you something. Something with our images on it.
Something like
Absolutely.
maybe a little nice water bottle.
Little nice water bottle. Maybe a water bottle and a t-shirt. I don't know. We'll do something.
Yeah, we'll throw in a t-shirt too.
We'll throw in a t-shirt. Yeah.
Canyon.
Candy.
I mean, that's a cool name in itself, right?
It's a good kid. I got to hang out with him a few times this year. Got to see him at the bachelor party down in Austin. And then again at the wedding, of course. Which you saw him at the wedding, probably. I don't know if you talked to him, but
I don't know if I remember him.
yeah.
Let's see.
Whoa, there was an uncomfortable silence there for a minute, Doug. That hardly ever happens on a show.
Canyon Smith is he the really tall guy?
No, he's about my height. He's not super tall or nothing. He's, your average height.
Brown or blonde?
He's the blonde-headed kid.
Okay. Yeah.
So
he was our last big follower.
I didn't even notice, but on my 50 Ways to Spend Time Alone, number 47 said, research ways to find guidance.
Hey, guess what? Look at number 5. Look at number 5 on your list.
Research something, so there you go. You can always do that. Research something. Which we know you do.
Explore your neighborhood. I do that when I walk.
You can go shoot your AR that you've had for a year that you've never shot, like I did today.
Oh, I was going to say, I don't have an AR. I have a SKS, and I shot it a few months ago.
Doug, I was out at my friend's house so I have a guy that is over at the gym that a kid, whatever, he's a kid. But he's good friends with like the neighbor's kid over here. He's like 25, 26.
When did they become kids? At what point did we start saying that? At what age?
No, I don't know, man. But this kid, and he had an AR that he hadn't gotten put together yet. He had it for a little while, and You know, an AR that doesn't have the lower and the upper end together is an AR that you can't shoot, which makes it what, Doug? A
Well,
non-working AR.
a
Or trash.
non-working.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I took it out to a friend's house. We don't want to mention any names, so the government won't come down. And we got that. I got it put together, but I took mine out there as well and shot it. But I don't know if you ever shot this, Doug. He let me shoot his for Christmas. He got an AR-12.
Ooh.
And have you shot those yet?
Little boom. No, I have not.
So on the second shot, it slipped kind of out of here into my armpit because it has some pop. And so like I'm probably gonna have a little bruise under the armpit tomorrow. But that thing, you know, there's nothing like going out there and yeah, it went boom pretty good, dude. I just shot off like.
You shoot some tannerite?
I just did like 5 rounds on that AR-12, and that's all I wanted to do. Like, you know, like, boom, boom. No, it didn't have that much kickback, but it had some kickback, and I could feel it in that side right now, right there where it slipped. But yeah, shooting guns, you know. But you don't always want to shoot guns by yourself. You want to shoot guns probably with a friend, so you know, in case something happens, you know, it's good to shoot with somebody. So
it's always more fun with friends.
Yeah, shoot some stuff up, you know. But
I got to take Gina to the gun range soon. She's starting to get an itchy trigger. She hadn't run in a while. Last time I went with my son-in-law and my bonus son, and she was upset that she didn't get to go. Can't do that again.
Nice. No, I think, you know, no matter what you do, like heading to, you know, going to a coffee shop, hanging out by yourself, do a little reading, you know, all the stuff we mentioned. I think it's good. It's good stuff. It's good to do those things. It
is.
Because it helps with all that stuff that I talked about. But you know what? Here's the other thing too. I was trying to tell, well, I won't mention any names. This person I used to know. That somebody that I used to, but I was trying to tell him one time, like, there's so many people that think they always have to be with somebody, you know, always be around somebody, or always have somebody, but I'm like, you get to know yourself more. You know, it's okay to even go see a movie by yourself.
Done that.
You know, try it, you know, like, I think until you can actually really be alone with yourself a little bit and know things about yourself, I think it helps you in all your other relationships. You know what I'm saying?
Oh yeah.
Like to be able to spend time with yourself. I think what I'm saying is, in my opinion, it helps you with all those other relationships.
And don't get hard on yourself, because I'm sure there's a lot of people that do spend time alone and they don't realize it. Like, you know, I've been working on the deck this summer, so I spent a lot of that time out there alone. Mowing the yard, that's time alone. You know, taking your dog for a walk, that's time alone. Think about it. There's a lot of times that it can add up that you are actually alone. So don't hit yourself too hard, and don't overthink it, because you do get alone time. Just use it right.
Yeah, and that's perfect. Like, obviously, you were right at the beginning. You know, we're bred as humans to have social interactions.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? But my whole point to this whole, you know, conversation tonight on this podcast is that just setting aside little small pockets for yourself, you know, walking, journaling, practicing mindfulness, like we were talking, you know, all that stuff, you know, just I think helps balance that time.
Oh, yeah.
With the social interaction stuff, you know.
And I think you discover yourself more. When you get that quiet time, or that alone time, or maybe it's, like you said, journaling, reading, walking, anything, it allows your mind to do a couple different things. You can focus on yourself, and you forget everything else. And that works on your body. It works on your mind. And I think it gives you more positivity in your life. And, to me, it helps me focus less on the negative. So.
And I think, as with anything, as we've talked about different subjects in these first 25 episodes, 24 is missing, but,
Working on it.
But it's about having a balance, a healthy balance.
Right.
Of both of those things. So
that's not only in your personal, but it's in your work relationships. It's in your relationships with family, spouses, everybody, friends.
Well,
all of it.
Yeah, because I think some of us, and I don't know where you stand on this, but I think some of us need to be around. There's a lot of people out there that need to be around people and all the time to feel energized, and some of us need peace and quiet to refuel. So we can handle being around people. I used to tell Steph when we first got together, I'm like, babe, when I'm coming in the door, I need those first 15 minutes to myself because I got to go to the toilet and I got to sit down on the throne for a minute and that's my time. You know what I'm saying? Like I need that 15. I need that 15. You take a Howie, and
wow.
And it gives you that time to breathe. And like I said, there's both ways. Some people need it. Some people need that, that little bit of time alone for peace and quietness to refuel and recharge their batteries. Some people need to be around people. But I still think it's always good to.
Myself, I'm a very social creature, and I think
I'm an extrovert. Dude, I'm an extrovert as well.
Yeah, me and Clay. I don't know if that came from Dad, Mom, both, or what. But the three of us are very outgoing in that aspect. It's kind of like Clay and I have joked. We never meet a stranger. So I know Gina's the exact opposite. She likes the peace and quiet for an extended amount of time. And then at one point, she's like, okay, I got to get out.
Exactly. So I'm not saying, at no point in this conversation have I ever said, let's just be like totally isolated and away from people.
No,
I think research will tell us that, Doug, research tells us that a certain amount of alone time.
You said it.
Research will tell us that a certain amount of alone time.
You said it again.
Is beneficial. Research. If you research, it will tell us that a certain amount of alone time is very beneficial for the heart, the head, the mind.
Definitely. Yeah. And
that's all I wanted to get out tonight.
Yeah, and I've got those moments too. And I'm like you, but mine is in the morning. A lot of times my morning time is my time. And I like that hour of getting ready for work, just me. Just nice and quiet.
There's a difference. Yeah. There's a big difference between like feeling lonely or being lonely than having alone time. You know what I'm saying? Like those are two different things,
Well, and I think some people have a problem with that. I think there's some people that can't differentiate, that they think if they're alone that they're lonely. What'd you say?
You said differentiate.
Differentiate.
Like we just went into the redneck loneliness club. Hey,
differentiate.
We don't want to differentiate. Don't want to differentiate from, but you got to differentiate from those two things.
You got
lonely, having a alone time.
They're two different things for sure.
Two different things. Did you put a new animal band up tonight?
Yes, I did.
I didn't see it yet. I didn't look.
Oh, yeah, it's up. It's up.
Oh, here we go.
What do, what do
That's
we got
baby and
on
the
it?
horse.
Anything yet? Let's see.
Oh, well, yeah, Scott Marler said bareback boys. What did Scott Marler think? You got like
There's
10 comments.
something wrong with
Mom,
that.
mom said Hill raising horses. I think she's trying to sell hell raising horses.
I think she is.
Jeremy Miller said bronies. Trish Burton said the sweeping forelocks.
I like Jeff Wilson's, the main act.
The main act. Yeah, that's what I automatically was looking at, the main, something main. But Ham Jelly, Blondie, Wild Horses, Pony Boys, Poison.
You see, so my whole point of this is that I want people to pick a band name that doesn't exist. Come up with
Like
something.
Feathers and Flippers. Like Feathers and
Yeah.
Flippers the other night. The Feathers and Flippers.
Yeah. There you go.
Yeah.
So the first night, let's see. The first night
I had
we
to do
did.
I had to do the BS in the 49 Blondes though, because the 49 Blondes is Steph's most hated band. Like she hates that band because she hates
There we go. That was the 2 dogs, 2 cats. We had a ton on that.
Did I comment on that one?
I don't think you did, but I do like Jimmy, my buddy Jimmy. He posted it's a death metal band called Rotting Puss.
Oh, there was something I wanted to say.
Howie said the Smelly Cats featuring the Sniffer Brothers.
There was something I had on that one, but it was a punk rock band, and I'm gonna make up, but I didn't want to say it on Facebook.
Oh, okay. Oh.
Well, there you go. Well, we'll see.
We had that one the first night. Second night, we had this. The Penguins.
Yeah, that was
we'll throw a few out there. We had the amazing Rock Hoppers. And then some guy commented Feathers and Flippers. But clearly, our niece, Brittany, she said, well, that's clearly the Ice Girls on a reunion tour.
The Ice Girls. See, that's
the
original.
Ice Girls. I like that one, dude. That was a good one. Let's see. The Black Jackets. Oh, Marching Flat Tops. Oh, I like this one a lot. Collective Rookery. I like that one.
Well, this one that you put on there tonight. Obviously, it should be a duo. It's a 2-man band there, it looks like mostly. So, I don't know. But that's some blonde hair on that horse.
Yeah, it is. Then we had this one.
Oh, yeah, these.
Which was the squirrels, which had some interesting ones. Started out with Rusty Toombs saying, don't say it, don't say it, don't say it. But then, and then it was said. We had the Tree Huggers, Tree Climbers, not the Chipmunks. Let's see. The Nutcrackers. The Nutty Squirrels.
I was just impressed when I saw that, Doug. When I saw that one, it just took me back to the time that, that we were remembering Peanut the Squirrel, and I got depressed. I couldn't say anything.
I'm sorry. I liked, we had the Prairie Dodgers, and then we had another one called Acorn. A-K-O-R-N.
Acorn.
That was good.
Yeah.
I like that.
That's a good one. That's a good one.
And then, of course, we had last night's, and that turned into the Cackling Hens, the Buzzcocks, Bad Mother Cluckers.
I like that.
Yeah. Chicken Biscuit. Let's see. The Pock Pock Band. Cluck and Pluckers.
Plucking pluckers.
Clock and pluckers. Oh, I like this one. Chicken, flock, and pull it.
That's awesome.
We had
Well,
the hen house, the hen house hoedown.
Dude, I saw this band here in Augusta Springs in Colorado called the Hen House Howlers. You should check them out. They're a good little band.
Hen house howlers.
Howlers or prowlers? Hen house prowlers or howlers? I don't know.
That could have been them. So yeah, I've got a few more to go, and I might even go back and pick a winner out of each one. Just post it and
right.
See where it goes. But
so I think it's time for me to go eat some dinner and watch Landman.
Oh, new episode. Find the season finale tonight. Yeah.
Is it tonight? Have you been watching that?
Yeah, I've been watching it. Yeah.
Billy
All right, man. This brings.
See Billy Bob's band out here. He played like 15 minutes from our house. I think it was this past summer. Somewhere in there. I was like 4 feet off the stage from him.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
So this brings episode 25 to a close. The brand new year, January 2025, and episode number 25 that we'll get out there. I'll try and work on it this week. I got to travel, so it might be the weekend when we put it out.
Oh my God, Doug, we got to get it up for the weekend. We got to get this thing out. Man. We haven't had one out in like a month of Sunday.
It's been since last year.
There's like 3 people like that are dying for us to get this episode out. Like
7.
If we don't get it out.
7. I think we have
if we don't get it out,
7 people following us on YouTube, and I think 14 on Spotify. So
if we don't get it out soon, we're gonna lose everybody.
All right, I'll see if I can't work on it tomorrow night before I leave. How's that?
It's all procrastination. Just do it. Just do it right now. Just do it. Do it. Do it.
All right. We're going to call it. Have a good evening. Go get you some food.
I'm Rich James. Oh.
And I'm Doug Boyer. And we are loud, lucid, and last.
Goddamn hell. Goddamn.